Parents and grandparents are very busy. We're stressed. We feel like we don't have control over anything in the world right now. But there is something you can have control over, and that's what your little one eats and also drinks. This video is going to help you understand the things that you should absolutely avoid allowing your child to drink. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician with 20 years of clinical experience, and this video is going to tell you about the 9 healthy drinks that your child should never drink again. I'm also a parent, so I'm right there in the thick of the fight with you, and I understand sometimes it's tempting to just give in and let your child drink what they want to, but I would caution you to think twice before you do that. Now, we all know that things like CocaCola and Red Bull are bad for our kids. If you don't know that, then it's time to put your thinking cap back on and start trying to be a better parent. These things are terrible for your children. Coca-Cola has 65 grams of carbohydrates in this. And Coca-Cola doesn't mess around. They're not trying to trick you, really. It's pure concentrated sugar water, and they call this one serving size, 20 ounces. They don't beat around the bush about that. A lot of these others that I'm going to talk about, and the one at the end may blow you completely away. You may not believe that they're able to get away with this kind of marketing, but Coca-Cola straight up, 20 ounce, we know you're going to drink the whole damn thing, 65 grams. So this is more carbohydrates, more sugar than a grown adult like me should drink in a day or eat in a day, as a matter of fact. But how many people mindlessly give their kids a Coke and say, here, enjoy this? Red Bull is just as bad. It has 41 grams of sugar, carbohydrates, all sugar in this, plus a lot of other probably nasty stuff. Don't give that to your kid. But now, the rest of this video, I want to talk about things that some parents think are okay. They think maybe they're not that bad, or maybe they're actually healthy for their child to drink. And so the next one, and this may be a Southern United States thing, but there are many parents who would frown upon you for giving your child a Coca-Cola, but it would be okay if they had a Sprite or a 7-Up. I'm not sure where this belief came from. This guy, again, there's no beating around the bush about serving size. This is one serving, 20 ounces. It has 64 grams of carbohydrates, all coming from sugar. In these first 3, there's no meaningful nutrition whatsoever. They don't even pretend to put some fake vitamins in there. It's a straight up concentrated sugar coma beverage. So Sprite is no better than Coca-Cola. Don't think that. It is just as bad. The next on the list is Snapple. And there are hundreds of different varieties, different companies marketing a pseudo fruit juice beverage. Whether it has any actual fruit juice in it or not is not only up for debate, but also probably irrelevant. And you'll find out why a little bit later in this video. So 16 ounce serving, and they call this, they say, oh no, there's 2 servings in this bottle, right? Now, who's just going to drink half a serving and then put this in the fridge? No one. Everybody's going to drink the entire bottle. So this really comes into play for all these beverages. If you have a child that's 3 years old, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, they're very small. And so if I drank this, it would be like Beckett. If Beckett drank this, my 9-month-old, it would be like me drinking 25 bottles of this, right? And so Snapple has 46 total grams, because we're not going to play reindeer games with the serving size. We know everybody's going to drink this whole bottle. 46 grams of sugar, all from carbs. 46 grams of carbs, all from sugar. So they try to play reindeer games. There's a picture of a kiwi and a strawberry here. It's in a plastic bottle. So I guess that should make you environmentally more conscious. But what about the phytoestrogens when this sits out on the loading dock in the sun for 6 hours? What about the phytoestrogens that are going to leach into that? Flavored juice, flavor from concentrate with other natural flavors. So Snapple is just as bad as Coca-Cola. Next is the famous Gatorade. All right. So if your child's an athlete, they have to have Gatorade because they'll develop a vitamin G deficiency if they don't drink it, right? So Gatorade is pure concentrated sugar. And so any athlete, I remember very well when I went to the convenience store after practice and my grandparent got me this, I drank the whole bottle. That's what we're all going to do. Now, Gatorade says that a serving size is 12 ounces. There's supposed to be 2.5 servings in here, but we're not going to play games with that. This whole bottle has 55 grams of carbohydrates, all from sugar. Yeah, that's it. Now, they do allow some little electrolytes to be in here, and that's their selling point. Oh, we'll replenish your electrolytes. What they're really doing is spiking your blood sugar and spiking your insulin levels off the chart. Your poor child is going to be in a sugar coma for hours after drinking this. This is no better than Coca-Cola. Next, now we're going to start stepping on some toes. Are you ready for this? Apple juice. Okay, apple juice, 100% apple juice from concentrate, of course. And now they're trying to really start to market to you and your child with the health. Here's freshly sliced apples, looks yummy. And so this is a 12-ounce serving size. And they say they're not playing games. One bottle is a serving size. This has 39 grams of carbohydrates, all of them coming from sugar. Now, you may have heard people in the past talk about the high fructose corn syrup. In this, guess what? All this sugar is glucose and fructose. This has probably just as much fructose as the Coke. So, yeah, it does have some vitamin C in it, right? Now, let me ask you a question. What if I took this and took the top off and sprinkled the same exact amount of vitamin C into this Coca-Cola as was in this apple juice? Would this then be a health drink? If not, why not? Discuss. So, yeah, the apple juice has 39 grams. And this, you can tell, this is a smaller container. If it was as big as the Coke, it would have just as many grams of carbohydrates. So 39 grams of carbohydrates, all coming from sugar. Now, they're natural sugar. But if you've ever seen my Twitter post about the difference between natural sugar and added sugar, they're the same. There's no difference. Your body can't tell the difference between natural sugar and added sugar. Now, this does have a little bit of magnesium, a little potassium, a little calcium in tiny amounts. So again, I ask you, if I added some vitamin C and some calcium and magnesium to this, would it then be a healthy beverage? Right. Now, sometimes the apple juice corporations, they want to really market to kids. So you can imagine if this was sitting in the checkout aisle, smaller serving size, so maybe a little more appropriate for kids, just as full of sugar. But your kid's going to be crying for this, right? Because look, it's a little spaceman or something. I don't know. Not ethical apple juice companies. Next is the old favorite, orange juice. Now we're going to step on some toes, aren't we? This is 100% orange juice from concentrate. Let's see, is it non-GMO? Is it not? They don't really say anything about that. And this is also, they're being honest with the serving size. One serving is one bottle, okay? And this bottle of orange juice has 40 grams of carbohydrates, all coming from sugar. Natural sugar, which is exactly the same to your physiology, to your child's physiology as this sugar. Your body cannot tell the difference. Now, definitely this has some vitamin C, but there's this physiological process that most parents don't know about, many doctors don't know about. If you cram your gullet full of sugar, you're not able to absorb as much vitamin C. Oh, okay. So any vitamin C in here, you're not even going to be able to absorb and utilize that because of the sugar coma you're going to get from all the sugar. Next, ready for more toes to be stepped on? Milk, low-fat milk. Let's talk about this. So let's see, 2% reduced fat. Most parents would prefer it be skim or 1%. It's got vitamin A and vitamin D added. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. And this, let's see what they did with the serving size. Oh, this is 2 servings, okay? So even though it's 16 ounces, somehow this is 1 serving, but this is 2 servings. Okay, so everybody knows we're gonna drink the entire thing. This is gonna have 24 grams of carbohydrates. And all of those are from sugar. Now they're lactose, milk sugar. Lactose breaks down into glucose and galactose. Now let me tell you something about the sugar in this milk versus the sugar in this. This sugar will glycate all the cells in your body. The glucose and fructose in here will glycate your cells. That's bad. You've heard of the hemoglobin A1C, right? Well, now the sugar in the milk It also glycates all your cells. Galactose, fructose, and glucose in too high of an amount, which both of these are, will glycate every cell in your body and make it work less optimally. Okay, now this does have some vitamin D. Now let's talk about that. It has added vitamin A. So this is vitamin D2. Every milk that says fortified with vitamin D has added vitamin D2, which the human body does not absorb very well and doesn't use very well. The vitamin D you should be trying to get in your diet is vitamin D3. The vitamin A it might be real vitamin A. I doubt it, but it could be. Since this does contain a little bit of animal fat, there might be some actual vitamin A, but more than likely, they've got plant-derived vitamin A added to this, which is really a beta-carotenoid and not really vitamin A. In most people, they have a little bit of conversion from the beta-carotenoids into vitamin A, and so therefore legally they're able to say it's vitamin A, even though it's not. Okay, this also has a little bit of potassium, calcium, and so if I added some vitamin D2 to this, and some fake vitamin A, and then some potassium and calcium, would this be a health drink then? I'm just asking. You tell me. What do you think about that? I dropped some garbage. Oh well, there we go. Next, now obviously most parents surely know that if you're going to give your kids milk, don't give them chocolate milk. Come on. Well, kids got to have nutrition, real meaningful nutrition. So this is, they're playing reindeer games. This is 2 servings. This whole bottle, which is what we're all going to drink, contains 68 grams of carbohydrates. They have added 40 grams of sugar to the milk. Now, this is made with whole milk instead of 2% milk. So in that regard, it's a little less bad. There's probably some real vitamin A in this because of all the milk fat. Again, they've added vitamin D2, which is not the same as vitamin D3, which is what your body wants you to get from your diet. There's a little bit of calcium. Somehow chocolate milk has some iron in it where white milk doesn't. Not sure how that works. And a little potassium. Again, if I took those vitamins and put in the CocaCola, would you then call Coca-Cola a healthy drink? No, you wouldn't. Now, let's talk about this perennial favorite, Capri Sun. I remember when I was a kid, man, I wanted one of these so bad because it's got the built-in straw. Boom, right? So this little guy, this is actually a much more appropriate serving size for kids. This is what, 6 ounces, 4 ounces? Yeah, but even this tiny little bag has 13 grams of carbohydrates, all from sugar, okay? And they say it's got a little bit of potassium in it, probably by accident, right? But again, if you're getting this kind of a sugar load into your child's little body, they're not going to get any meaningful nutrition from that potassium because their body is in fight or flight mode trying to figure out what to do with all the sugar that this is going to give them. But again, obviously very well marketed. They've probably spent millions of dollars on the ad campaign, having this little girl climbing a mountain. She's adventuresome. And of course, she'd be taking a nap after she drank her Capri Sun because she'd be in sugar coma. And then lastly, the one you've been waiting for, and this is going to step on lots of toes. This is pediasure. Have you heard of this? So if your child is not growing, not getting taller, not gaining weight like they should be, this says it's clinically proven to help kids grow. Complete balanced nutrition. No artificial growth hormones. Now, there may be some natural growth hormones, which there is definitely a thing, but there are no artificial growth hormones in this. 33 grams of carbohydrates, 32 grams coming from straight up sugar, okay? 1 gram of fiber, like that's going to matter. Now, when the real shock, and this is recommended by pediatricians and family doctors every day if a child is not growing on the growth curve like they should. If your child is underweight or short for their age, they need to be eating real food, like I talk about in my other videos on this channel. They don't need to be drinking a sugar coma melted milkshake. That's basically what this is. But wait, there's more. Listen to these ingredients: canola oil, corn oil, soy protein, skim milk. Those are the first ingredients. Now, they've added lots of inorganic synthetic vitamins to this. The vitamin D, again, is vitamin D2, not vitamin D3. And the vitamin A almost certainly is a beta-carotenoid, not real actual retinol vitamin A. Yeah, this is atrocious that doctors recommend this without reading the ingredients. And so pediasure kind of rhymes with pediatrician, right? And you've heard of their other product, Pedialyte, which is used to help rehydrate kids who have become dehydrated. And so they've got all this social credibility, not only with parents, but also with doctors, thinking, well, if Pedia, whoever made it, then it must be good. This is crap, okay? If I took the CocaCola and I added all the things on the back here, plus some canola oil and some corn oil and some soy protein, would it then be clinically proven to be safe and healthy? I don't really think so. So that's all 9 of the ones that I hope, and there's actually 11 I talked about, but 9 that are considered healthy, that you absolutely should not let your children or your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren drink. I hope you enjoyed this video and it didn't make you too upset with me. If so, keep reading, keep learning, keep watching videos, and I promise you're going to slowly discover the proper human diet. A proper human diet doesn't contain any of these, okay? These are not ancestrally appropriate things for small humans or adult humans to drink. These are garbage. They're all junk food. There's no meaningful nutrition in any of these, including this one. So stop letting your kids bully you or guilt you into letting them drink these things. Children should drink water. Children can drink regular water. I prefer distilled or reverse osmosis. Children can drink sparkling water like San Pellegrino, Perrier, Gerald Steiner. And so for 99.99999999999% of our time as a species on this planet, we have drank exactly 2 different beverages our entire life. Even 50,000 years ago, if you lived to be 85, you drank 2 liquids in your life. You drink your mother's breast milk or the breast milk from a woman in the group, and then you drank water. And that was it, your entire life. And they all liked it. They did just fine. So if you want to give your kids one of these as an occasional treat, my closing argument would be, doesn't your kid need a beer every now and then as an occasional treat? Because I could take it, I could put all the vitamins and minerals in a beer, and then you could let your kid have see. And I'm being intentionally sarcastic, but I want you to understand this. Just because you add some vitamins and minerals, typically synthetic pseudo vitamins and minerals, to a melted milkshake, that does not make it healthy or good for your child. We've got epidemics of pediatric obesity, pediatric fatty liver, and pediatric type 2 diabetes that should not exist, and it's because of crap like this. Stop making your child sicker by letting them drink these things, okay? All right, if you enjoyed this, maybe even click the subscribe button and the little bell button right beside it, so when I make another controversial video, you'll get a notification from YouTube. This is Dr. Barry. I'll see you next time.